What's up, guys? Welcome back to another class preview. This time we're going to be going over the Subtlety Rogue and seeing the overall changes from Warlords of Draenor into the Legion Alpha. So first off, we're going to go through the Spellbook, and then check out the talents, then check out the artifact weapons. So let's get into it. Starting off in the Spellbook, we do have Backstab. Now this is going to be our main ability, as this does cost 35 energy. Stabs a target, causing 35,000 physical damage. Damage is increased by 30% when you are behind your target. Now this still warps 1 combo point. Still work off the 5 combo point system depending on our talents, but overall just our basic filler. Next up is Blind. It's a 2-minute cooldown. Blinds the target, causing it to wander disoriented for 1 minute. Damage will interrupt this effect, and it only has a limit of 1. So, basic CC for rogues, pretty nice, especially in PvP. Still have Cheap Shot, costs 40 energy, requires stealth, stuns the target for 4 seconds, and awards 2 combo points. Pretty plain and simple. Next is Cloak of Shadows, a 1.5 minute cooldown. Provides a moment of magic immunity, instantly removing all harmful spell effects. The cloak lingers, causing you to resist harmful spells for 5 seconds. Nothing entirely new here. Same old Cloak of Shadows. Really powerful against magic abilities. Next is Crimson Veil. Costs 30 energy with a 30-second cooldown. Drink an alchemic concoction that heals you for 30% of your max health over 6 seconds. Now this is a pretty powerful heal, but then again we did get rid of the recuperate. This is good and bad, just because recuperate also took away our combo points, where this does not, but we could keep recuperate up at all times. So, and I think recuperate did have a little bit more healing output than Crimson Veil. Next up is Distract, 30 energy, 30-second cooldown. Throw a distraction, distracts mobs. Nothing new. Now we still have Evasion, as a 2-minute cooldown. Increases your dodge chance by 100% for 10 seconds. Really nice in PvP against multiple melee attackers. Can help out your damage reduction by quite a bit. Still have Eviscerate. Costs 35 energy. 1 to 5 combo points. It's a finishing move that disembowels the target, causing damage per combo point, with 5 combo point stack being 132,000 damage, which I think is a little bit low as of right now. Overall DPS output of Subtlety Rogues is a little bit low. It's fun gameplay though. Next up is Feint. Has 20 energy, costs 20 energy, performs a evasive maneuver, reducing damage from AoE effects by 50% for 5 seconds. Now there's a couple talents, or there is one talent that changes this around to affect it from single target damage too, but pretty nice since you get damage reduction from AoE effects. So Gormaw's Bite is our artifact weapon we'll go over later. Still have our basic kick, 15-second cooldown interrupt. Nothing really new. Still have Kidney Shot, costs 25 energy, 1 to 5 combo points, 20-second cooldown. Finishing move that stuns the target, that lasts longer per combo point, with 5 combo points stunning them for 6 seconds. Now onto a new ability, which is Nightblade. This does cost 25 energy. It is costs 1 to 5 combo points. It's a finishing move that infects the target with shadowy energy, dealing shadow damage over time and um, causing attacks against the target to reduce movement speed by 50% for 8 seconds. Lasts longer per combo point. So with 5 combo points, making this deal 258,000 damage over 16 seconds. And obviously you have a nice slow from this as well. Next is Pick Lock. Able to pick a lock. That's 1.5 second cast. And does go up to 550 skill. You can pick Pocket still, with a half second cooldown. Requires stealth. Picks the target's pocket. Have Sap. Costs 35 energy. Requires stealth and incapacitate a target that's not in combat for 1 minute. Only works on humanoids, beasts, demons, dragonkins, and any damage will revive this target. It only has a limit of 1 Zap. Now onto one of our cooldowns, which is Shadow Blades. Has a 3-minute cooldown. Draws upon surrounding shadows to empower your weapons, causing auto attacks to deal shadow damage, and abilities to generate combo points. Does generate 1 additional combo point per ability, and it does last for 25 seconds. So if I pop this, pop backstab, my backstab would generate 1 additional combo point. Now we do have Shadow Dance. Now this is a 1-minute recharge with 3 charges. Allows you to use all stealth abilities and grants all combat benefits from stealth for 3 seconds. Effects not broken from taking damage. Movement speed while active is increased by 20%, and also damage dealt is increased by 50% because of a talent that I have, which is Night Stalker. Kind of benefits that as well. So if I did not have that, it would just be our plain old thing. It would not increase my movement speed and would not increase my damage. So next up is Shadow Step. It's a 30-second cooldown with a 25-yard range. Step through the shadows to appear behind your target and gain 70% increased movement speed for 2 seconds. So same old Shadow Step. You don't have to be in stealth. You can just use this on anything. And there. And gain a nice movement speed. Next up is Shadow Strike. Now this does cost 40 energy. Does require stealth. You strike through the shadows, appearing behind your target, dealing 86,000 physical damage. This still awards 1 combo point. It does have a 25-yard range, similar to our Shadow Step. So, does have the same thing. Pop behind the target. Nice little effect besides the ambush, or what it used to be. Next up, we have Shuriken Storm. It costs 35 energy. Spray shurikens at all targets within 10 yards, dealing 6,000 damage, and awarding 1 combo point per target hit. I do like the effect of this. It's a nice animation in my mind. Feels like a shadow rogue, so pretty cool. We also have Shuriken Toss. Does cost 40 energy. Throws a shuriken at the enemy target, dealing 26,000 physical damage and awarding 1 combo point. So, if you had to run away for some reason, good way to gain up your combo points before you get to them, or something like that. Then once you get up to him, pop a finishing move. So, moving on, we do have Sprint. 1 minute cooldown. Increase your movement speed by 70% for 8 seconds. Says able to be used while stealth too, so nothing insanely new here. Classic Sprint. Same old animation. That was weird. I didn't press stealth. Now we do have stealth, so 2-second cooldown. Conceals you in the shadows until cancelled, allowing you to stalk enemies without being seen. So, nothing really new here. 2-second cooldown is pretty nice. Symbols of Death. Now this does cost 35 energy, requires stealth, invokes ancient symbols of power, increasing all damage you deal by 20% for 35 seconds. This is unaffected by the global cooldown, so you can use this while doing abilities, while stealth too. You kind of want to keep this active at all times, since it just gives you a 20% buff, but which will be really easy to do with Shadow Dance, having 3 charges and a 1 minute recharge. You can keep that up at all times, so as long as you space it out. Still have Trick as a trade, 30-second cooldown, redirects all threat you cause to a targeted party or raid member, beginning with your next damaging attack within the next 30 seconds and lasting for 6 seconds. Still have Vanish, 2-minute cooldown, allows you to vanish from sight, entering stealth while in combat for the first 3 seconds after vanishing. Damage and harmful effects received will not break stealth, allowing you to break movement and pairing effects as well. No big changes here. Same old, same old. Now onto our passives. We have Deepening Shadows. Your finishing moves have a 5% chance per combo point to grant an additional charge of Shadow Dance. Now, allowing you to keep Symbol's Death even better. So, make sure you're not at 3 stacks of Shadow Dance. Overall, just improving your damage through different talents. Next up, we do have Fleet-Footed. Your movement speed is increased by 15%, and you do take 15% reduced falling damage. Really nice. Nothing really big to cover over this, but pretty nice. Our mastery is Executioner. It increases the damage done by your finishing moves by 48%. Really nice at helping out our damage. As I said earlier, Subtlety rogues, I almost said Shadow rogues, but their damage is a little bit low. Obviously this is Legion Alpha, all damage numbers will change, so I'm not really worried about it, which is kind of good. Next up, we do have Relentless Strikes. As a passive, your finishing moves have a 20% chance per combo point to generate 40 energy. So, if you have 5 combo points, and say I use Eviscerate, which costs 35 energy, theoretically I should gain 5 energy. But as of right now, it is not really working. We'll kind of see how that plays out. But anyways, that's still a pretty strong passive. It just kind of gives you more energy to play with. Next up, we do have Shadowy Techniques. Your auto attacks have a chance to generate a combo point, giving you just even more energy to play with. So I just got one right there. Passively just generating over time. Another one. So, very nice. Another one. Moving on to the talents. We do have the first one of Master of Subtlety. It's a passive. Attacks made while stealth, and for 6 seconds after breaking stealth, cause you to deal 10% additional damage. Now this does work with Shadow Step as well, or not Shadow Step, Shadow Dance. So you can keep this active as much as you can as well. Overall 10% increased damage. Pretty nice. Next up is Weapons Master. Another passive. Your abilities have a 6% chance to hit the target twice each time they deal damage. Now this can work off of any ability. Now this can work off your artifact weapon ability, your basic backstab, eviscerate, whatever. So that's pretty nice. It doesn't proc all that often, so let's think about changing it. Next up, we do have Gloomblade. This does replace backstab. Does cost 35 energy, so the same additional, same energy cost. Punctures your target with Shadow Infused Blade for 34,000 shadow damage. Still awards 1 combo point. Now, this is a slightly higher damage by like 3,000 and changes it to shadow damage. But I'm not sure about it. Like, it's only like a 3,000 damage boost every time you use it. So, still nice nonetheless, but who knows? I do see them changing this up a little bit. Maybe using it at range a little bit or a higher range. But moving on, we do have Night Stalker. So passive, while stealth or shadow dance is active, you move 20% faster, and your abilities do 15% more damage. So, really nice. If we can keep up those stacks of Shadow Dance, this could be very nice. Also could work very well with Master of Subtlety, giving you 10% more damage while stealth or in Shadow Dance, and also 15% more while stealth or Shadow Dance. So, pretty nice. Gives you a little bit good synergy. Since Subtlety Rogue should obviously be in stealth and stuff like that. I do like it. But moving on, we do have Subterfuge. So passive, your abilities requiring stealth can still be used after 3 seconds after stealth breaks. Also increases the duration of your Shadow Dance by 1 second. Now, with this active, I do pop Shadow Dance. I can use, it does not allow me to use my abilities after Shadow Dance expires. So just be warned about that. So, I wish it would, but it does not, unfortunately. Gotta have this on the bar. But moving on to Shadowy Focus. It's a passive. Abilities cost 20% less energy, while stealth or shadow dance are active. So this is really nice at keeping our energy costs low. This also could synergize very well with vigor. But I mean, honestly, it's not that high energy cost. So I don't see this as good as others. It's still pretty good, but honestly, you're not in shadow form that much, or in stealth that much. So it does give you a nice opener though. Moving on to deeper stratagem. As a passive, you may have a maximum of 6 combo points. Your finishing moves consume up to 6 combo points, and your finishing moves deal 20% increased damage. Now, this is insanely nice for Subtlety rogues, since Subtlety rogues work off of, um, if I find the right one, our mastery, which increases our finishing moves. So, obviously, 20% more damage from finishing moves. Who wouldn't like that? Plus, you get 6 combo points. So, overall, huge damage increase. I really hate losing vigor, but this synergizes so well with our mastery. It's kind of a no-brainer. But moving on to anticipation. As another passive, you may have a maximum of 8 combo points. Finishers will still consume a max of 5 combo points. So this just gives you a little gracing period, allowing you to stack up a little bit more, maybe giving you a little bit more into like cooldowns, such as our shadowy blades, allowing you to get more off, or in preparation to get more off finishing moves in the 25 seconds that this lasts. Next in this row, we do have Vigor. It's another passive. Increases your maximum energy by 50 and increases your energy regeneration rate by 10%. Now that was very nice to have, and it is insanely powerful, but I still do think Deeper Stratagem is a little bit better, since all 2 rogues always work off of finishing moves anyways. Next up, we do have Soothing Darkness. So passive, you heal 3% of your max life every 1 second while stealth is active. This is very good in PvP, especially if you have to run away, something like that. Not that rogues ever run away. Yeah, they never do that. But can help you get back your life and get back into the fight. Also have Elusiveness, another passive. Your feint also reduces all damage you take from non-AoE attacks by 30% for 5 seconds. So 50% damage reduction from AoE effects, plus the 30% damage reduction from non-AoE effects. Very nice in rating. And we still have Cheat Death. Fatal attacks instead bring you to 7% of your maximum health for 3 seconds. Afterward, you do take 85% reduced damage. This cannot trigger more often than once per 2 minutes. Next, we do have Strike from the Shadows. So passive. Shadow Strike also stuns your target for 2 seconds. Players are dazed for 5 seconds instead. So giving you nice CC for questing or whatever, and also a good slow for PvP. We also have Prey on the Weak. So another passive. Enemies disabled with your Blind, Kidney Shot, Cheap Shot, or Sap will take 10% increased damage from all sources. So having these stuns up will give you a little bit more damage on. So more useful in PvP, I assume. So next we do have Tangled Shadows. So passive. Nightblade also now decreases the target's movement speed by additional 20%. So instead of the 50%, it is 70%. moving on to the 90 talents, we have Premeditation, it's a passive, Cheap Shot, and Shadow Strike generate 1 additional combo point. Pretty straightforward. So basically stuff while we're in stealth, generate more 1 additional combo point. Very nice. But Celery is the one I go with just because I think this is insanely powerful. As a passive, your finishing moves have a 20% chance per combo point, so always, with 5 combo points, to grant 1% haste for 20 seconds, stacking up to 25 times. So, if I do use this off of 1 finishing move, I gain 1% haste. So, and during the longer fights, this could be very useful, gaining that haste. And also just kind of regenerating your energy a little bit faster. Since we no longer have vigor, this would be quite useful. But moving on to Enveloping Shadows, costs 40 energy, 1 to 6 combo points. Finishing move that generates 1 combo point every 3 seconds, and lasts longer per combo point spent. Now, this is a little bit weird, in my opinion. It will obviously generate more than it costs. So having this up could be very powerful. It does not work off of our mastery, since our mastery only does increase our damage. So having this up, let's get this applied. Let's see, 6 combo points. Just a self buff that we have up, that generates additional combo points for us. With the 6 combo point system, I do see this being very powerful. And just giving us overall, so we don't have to worry about our energy all that much. But it's another self buff that we just kind of have to keep active. So depends on if you're able to keep that active or not. Moving on, we do have Master of the Shadows. So passive, you immediately gain 60 energy when you enter stealth or activate Shadow Dance. I do like this ability just because it is just 60 energy right off the bat, especially if we don't have vigor. It helps out quite a bit, allowing you to get even more combo points and finishing, getting off those finishing moves that you may be delayed on or something like that. Also have Marked for Death, so 1 minute cooldown. Marks the target, instantly generating 5 combo points. Cooldown is set if the target dies within 1 minute. Pretty low, low cost, gives you nice 5 combo points. I wish it gave 6 combo points if we have Deeper Stratagem, but still pretty nice anyways. Next but not least, we do have Death from Above, costs 25 energy, with a 1 to 6 combo point cost, and 20-second cooldown. A finishing move that empowers your weapons with shadowy energy, performing a devastating 2-part attack. You whirl around, dealing 64,000 damage to all enemies within 8 yards, then leap into the air and eviscerate your target on the way back down, with such force that it has a 50% stronger effect. Now this could be very good, kind of working off with our mastery, but since Death from Above is a little bit bugged right now, I'm not really working with this. It does not return you to the target itself. So if I pop this, it just stops you in middle air and you're further away from the target. Obviously I can walk back pretty easily, but it's just not worth my time. So overall, some nice talents. Kind of makes you pick a few ones, just kind of bounce out. But they do have some really good ones in here to help out your shadow dance and also your stealth form. So moving on to our artifact weapon, we do have the Fangs of the Devourer. Our main ability that we do get is Gormaw's Bite. So 1 minute cooldown, lashes out at the target, inflicting 209,000 shadow damage and reducing their movement speed by 60% for 8 seconds. This does grant 30 energy over 6 seconds as well, and awards 3 combo points. So this is very nice at giving you energy back and also awarding combo points. So I do love this ability. It does a decent amount of damage too. Now some of the passives can change their playstyle as well, such as Shadow Nova. When you exit stealth, you explode, dealing 27,000 shadow damage to all nearby enemies. Nice little AoE. Since this spec itself does not have the best AoE, probably has one of the lowest AoEs in my opinion, just because we don't have an AoE finisher. But who knows, that may change. We also have Akari's Soul. After you use Cheap Shot or Shadow Strike, Akari appears 4 seconds later and repeats the attack. So very nice at using in PvP, giving you even more stuns. But it may trigger diminishing returns, which could also be bad anyways. But still pretty useful at Shadow Strike, giving you even more damage. And last but not least, we do have Finality. It's in the passive. After you use Kidney Shot, Rupture, Eviscerate, your next use of that finishing move will be empowered by the Fangs. So it doesn't say what it's empowered by. Like, let's go ahead and get a Kidney Shot. I don't know why I don't have it on the bars. So do a Kidney Shot. It's not yet implemented, so doesn't know what it's gonna do yet. So kind of waiting to see what that does. Hopefully they do make it pretty powerful, especially since all of our stuff works off finishing moves anyways. Maybe they add an Eviscerate in there. That'd be pretty sweet in my mind. Oh, they do have Eviscerate in there, but anyways, it does not show what it does in there, so high hopes. Anyways, I do really like this spec. It does have a nice feel to it. I really wish the damage was there, but obviously it's Legion Alpha, the damage is going to change all the time anyways, so I'm not entirely worried about it. It is a pretty fun spec to play. You're trying to balance of in and out of Shadow's form and Shadow Dance and all this, so it is quite fun actually. You actually really do feel like a rogue playing this spec. But anyways, if we did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Helps out more than you think. If we do have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. I always love getting feedback from you guys. If we have any questions about this spec, we can do any future videos or past videos. I'll be more than glad to answer those as well. But thanks again, once again, for watching. Um, and I will see you guys next time.